Hey, so I'm making this video because I'll let you guys know exactly what happens in the whole production of the podcast. But we found undisclosed location, and we're pretty thick into the woods right now. And yeah, we forgot a couple things. So me being not the greatest person I am, didn't offer to go run back and get the things first. So my great friend, partner, sorry, I'm standing on a bunch of leaves right now, and can't tell if that's my feet moving or if there's something under here that I should be nervous about. Either way, we'll keep rolling. If something happens, something just happens. But yes, I feel bad that I didn't offer. He's running the entire way there, and this is like only his second or third time here, and I've been here multiple times. If anything, I should have gone. I'm trying to say sorry for my behavior.
Can I tell you about the first time I shot a gun?
Yeah.
I was dating this girl. We had met at a restaurant. I was 21. She was roughly 20, I believe. We had a year or so difference. Mm-hmm. She was in New Jersey going to school from Texas. She was originally from Texas. And I thought, well, this is already interesting enough to want to say hi. You're from a foreign land.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody from Texas. We date. Within that year that we're dating, she invites me back to meet her family in Texas.
Oh, I know where this is going already.
And the first thing I do upon 15 minutes upon meeting her father, my name is Stephen Gerard Kelly.
Right.
His name was Stephen Gerard Plate.
That's crazy.
The first thing I ever did with this man was shoot guns on his ranch.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
How'd that feel?
It felt pretty good. I was wearing boat shoes.
Yeah. Oh, you were completely enveloped in the Texas.
No, because I didn't have boat shoes is not Texas.
Oh, boat shoes? Oh, because there's no water.
Yeah,
that would make sense. Well, I'm saying they're boots, right?
No, boat shoes are like Sperry's.
Topsiders. Oh, okay. See,
like the white boy yacht shoes.
Yeah, like Converses. But not like Converses, but that's like an equivalent, right?
It's like Converses for upper white middle class.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm on board.
And I'm not that, by the way. Just sharing that for that's not why I had them.
Yeah, okay.
Lower middle white class. Let's get this. This clear.
Don't get the two mixed up at all.
We ain't getting this twisted. LMC, baby. So yeah, it was fun, and he told me I was a natural John Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have a good shot.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be honest.
To the surprise of literally nobody.
I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah. Oh, you've met me for 5 minutes? Yeah, I can shoot a gun.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about how weird it is gun laws are from state to state?
I haven't been surprised by how weird it is, but I have thought about how different it can be.
It's very different.
Yeah.
You know, it comes to the classification of a pistol that really boggles me. I'm not gonna lie, it boggles me what a pistol is. It's based off the round, I'm pretty sure, and or the classification of a weapon. It's based off the round and if you have a stock on it or not, right?
Yeah.
So you could have assault rifle looking weapon like a short AR-15 with no stock, and it shoot 9mm, and that be considered a pistol, easily. And it looks like an AR-15. It's just shorter, and you can open carry that on the streets. The only thing is it just can't be full auto. It's just single auto.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in this town before. I've seen it once in this town before, and that's insane.
Driving through areas on my way to some catering jobs. Yesterday I was in Jacksonville. Before that I was on Myrtle Beach. Before that, Wilson, North Carolina. Just you're in some of these towns that are just that barely exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's one, who's living here? Two, what's that like?
Yeah. Yeah.
It dawned on me that I was I could see someone's real desire for a gun out here. If you're in in a place where there's not a lot of money, where there's one storefront you know,
Yeah.
in this downtown that is operable.
Yeah.
And
Kind of like Kingston.
yeah, I'm talking about like the poor South, like things like
Yeah.
that, like the white trash towns, like it's just
Smithfield.
yeah,
Yeah.
places like that where it's like, yeah, you drive through, be like, I could have a gun if you live here.
Yeah,
For
doesn't matter.
sure.
Does not matter. Of fact, they'll give you one.
Yeah, it's like, show up, move
Yeah.
to this town, we'll give you a gun.
Yeah.
Just for like safety.
Yeah.
Because driving like, and it's a strange, what I mean too, like about the whole like, oh, this is a rough area. It's just like there was a downtown.
Right.
There is 5 out of 20 storefronts on this.
Yeah.
main
There
drag that
used
are
to be
working.
all of them probably got shot up or like taken out or kicked out of business.
They're
you
just
know?
like, there's no money or no
Yeah.
resources in town. So it's like, yeah,
Which is rough.
have a gun if you live here. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't expect you guys are going to get together and start a militia.
No, there's no chance. They think they would. Some of them do think they would now. Don't get it twisted. Some of them to this day are planning it for sure.
I've heard things like that. It's like, oh, there's militias growing across the United States.
It's not real.
I don't know how to make. Yeah,
it's not real, but it's like something that they always have in their back of their hand or back of their head. They're like, we really could just turn this bitch right upside down right now. Look,
See,
if I get my AR-15 and he gets his, who's gonna stop him?
Me and Jason, we're gonna go right to the steps.
I mean, man, we'll tear down the front door of it,
and we'll say, Kamala,
we taking you out, okay?
Kamala,
Kamala.
Where is Joe?
Yeah, where's Sleepy Joe at?
Is he sleeping for good?
See, yeah, that's it. But like in the back of their brains, that's what's going. Like maybe
I wonder. I don't know. It's so strange to see it's still continuously because I don't know about you. A lot of the Trump folks, I thought after the whole January 6th stuff, it was just going to be like, all right, we should tone it down. No. It's just only now that it's
rampant. It's like it is,
and it's like the majority of the people I know, are just like,
yeah. Like it's ugly all across the board.
I see a lot of people like just diving real hard into like what they like doing nowadays, and I'm pretty sure it's partially in response to the fact that like this might be over soon. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, hey man, look at us go. I didn't think that to do a podcast, but shit, if anything, we started a podcast. Yeah.
Shit might end soon. I don't think it will, but shit might end soon. At least we went out trying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's why everyone's really trying.
Yeah. Because they're like, fuck, dude. It's about that time we should do something.
It's like, oh, shit.
Speaking of doing something, man, whenever you go up to New Jersey, I've been meaning to tell you this, but when you go up to New Jersey in these next few months, I want to go with you one of those times.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That would be awesome. Or I can fly down there and then like I can meet you down there or something like that. But I want to go to Jersey, and now that I have a reason to meet the boys.
Yeah, we can meet the boys.
Yeah, meet the boys.
Yeah, if you want to come Halloween weekend somehow, if you want.
Is that the only time we're going to be in Jersey?
No, I'm going back
February.
Probably February.
Yeah.
So we'll work that out.
Are you going on that
tour?
Yeah.
The idea is to book it. I got to call James because that's his vibe.
The Valentine. So if you do go on Valentine's Day, because if that's the case, I don't know if I'll be able to go or not. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We will get there in the year of 2025.
Damn.
Yeah. Gosh, man. This is if I'm correct. Well, first of all, this is the episode 7 of Sorry for My Behavior, featuring Otiano and
I'm Steve.
Hi.
Great. So, speaking of,
you
were saying,
oh, dude, don't tell me it's gone.
That's all right. I got it. But yeah, you'll come to New Jersey, you meet the boys, and we'll have a great time.
We'll have a decent time, man. I'm disappointed that Point's gone. Well, anyway, that's exciting because then we could just move on to a different subject.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta say, this week has been, as you know, one of a bit rougher of a week for me, and to be able to sit here and have a good conversation with you means a lot to me. So
Thanks.
thank you. The mic dap, everything, it's calmed me down. It soothed me in a way that I don't think you can get out of something that's fake. So I appreciate your presence.
Namaste.
Namaste. Or, wait, is that what that means? You're welcome or thank you? Peace?
It means
Peace?
It means the light in me honors the light in you.
Well, namaste.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Now I'm gonna stay.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna stay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about some good things.
Oh yeah.
I'm interested in seeing where your work stuff goes after all this job stuff gets sorted out.
Oh yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Actually, I really want to know. You talking about like my computer stuff or the restaurant? Yeah, all of it. I am too, man. I'm really interested to know what my life's like going to be by this time next year. I like to think about future a lot more than the present, which is my problem. I always take my things and I'm like, oh wow, life could be really good if I keep doing, these certain things.
Yeah.
By this, I mean, I know looking into the future and planning a future is great, but I feel like
on what the future might be.
Yeah, like it's good, but
too much of it.
You're not living in the moment.
There's this thought of making goals for the future. It's like, wow. Hey, listen. I had the thought, and it's a good quote, but I'm gonna butcher it, and it's something like this. It's like, you work right now and you focus all your attention on the goals the tasks you have right now that correlate with the larger future goal. So it's like you can have your cake and eat it too.
Ooh, okay.
Where it's like, cool, this is the long-term thing. What little things can I do today?
Like right now.
That help move towards that.
Yeah.
It's being, there's a term, directionally correct.
That also kind of like plays for what you said earlier about the having two bags and trying to find the balance. You got two big bags.
Yeah.
Trying to find the balance between both of them. That also I feel like kind of plays into that too, because you gotta if all the little things that you do now and you can foresee the future, like you said, to plan out pretty good for you, that's great. That's a healthy balance, but don't dwell on the future too much, because then how are you gonna live for the moment? Life is short, man. Live for the moment. Think about the future, but live for the moment.
Yeah, and see how it is you can be present within your day.
Yeah.
And this is something that I've been thinking about too, which is the idea of practices. Like, I was talking with Jenna last night. Jenna is my girlfriend. Okay?
Hi, Jenna.
She's my girlfriend.
If you're watching.
Okay? And I've been stretching at the end of the day for years now, and she'll join me sometimes.
Right.
And, massage, just like work out little knots and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just hit me. It's like, people will go to great lengths to figure out their car and spend time in the garage and figure this out and get this part and take time and stay up at this and that, and forgetting that our body is a vehicle too. And
for sure,
what happens is if you spend 5 minutes at the end of every day with your body, intentional, you can learn how to be your own mechanic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this is tying back to the thing I was just saying before.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's just we're going straight. We're past it. We're going forward.
We're going for it. But it's like, so basically, your body is something that is going to be hopefully in the future, but is also here now.
Right.
So if you focus right now, some attention, and have a relationship with the working aspects of your body and the things that could be better, the things that are sore, every day for 5 minutes, within 4 years, you'll have so much autonomy over your physical faculties
For sure.
just because you've decided to have a relationship with it.
For sure.
So in some sense, yeah, being present in the now is a way to ensure a good future.
It's also, yeah, like just start healthy, like you said, healthy habits, consistent healthy habits.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, oh, so that's how it ties all in. Yeah, we're just pushing forward, but it ties in. I think you told me about your stretching a couple weeks ago or last week, and I gotta say, man, I stretch, but I've been doing this not to the extent that you are, but anytime I go into work, I do stretch right before I go in. And I'm not doing such a strenuous job, but you know, it's still something to where like my body's gonna be active, so I might as well stretch it, and it's made me feel really good.
Hell yeah,
it's been making me feel really good. I started that last year, and it's always whenever I do like a double or something like that. But then I just started doing it like right before I go in. I'll just stretch a little bit. And I didn't realize I could do, like, I can touch my toes.
Yeah.
I can, you know, I can, you know, bend and touch my toes, which I wasn't able to do in middle school or high school. But as I'm older now, my body is older, and I'm able to do that now. So that means, like, as I'm seeing the fruits of my labor.
It's awesome, and it's nice to get to share that because some people don't deal with chronic pain yet. I was blessed at 19 years old to have to deal with chronic hip and back pain.
Oh, yeah.
So that I had to figure it out by now in order to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm the guy talking to all my friends being like, hey, listen.
Look, man.
It's going to fall apart. It's going to suck, and that kind of pain ain't fun.
It's not fun.
And you could do something 5 minutes every day that's going to make sure that kind of doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And people are like,
I'll do it later.
But it's like, all right.
I'll do it later.
I don't know. Maybe you need personal experience in most areas to like really drive home things that change your behavior.
There's a quote that kind of goes like that. It's experience is the best teacher, or something like that.
Yeah, it's the same thing we were saying last week. It's like I can have knowledge about this, but just because I have knowledge about it doesn't mean it's going to help you or even me.
For sure.
And I don't know. That's assuming you want to get better and help. I've kind of always felt that way. I've always been the kind of person that's like, what's going on at the health food store? Why are cashews all of a sudden popular? Why are like, what's going on with this? Fatty omega-3s?
Yeah.
What's that? Amino acids? Like, that shit's just always been interesting to me. The idea that like our food directly dictates our health is like, oh, that shouldn't be ignored. And not only should it not be ignored, let me know as much as I can.
For sure, yeah. It's something that can definitely help you out. The more you get, the more knowledge you grow
and
into it.
And I think I've always felt that that's just kind of natural.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I've lived. But as you get older, you realize, like, oh, a lot of people aren't interested in that.
No.
A lot of people aren't interested in being like, what's a better way to go about doing this?
No.
I think some of that is just either gifted with that, or you've had experiences of like, I want something else.
For sure. I think in the opposite way, too. In the opposite way, the reason why people don't, like, focus on it as much, because I used to not focus on it. I still don't as much as I could. But as you said, to get your point, when you said it's interesting to you how people will spend hours on their car, you know, but not 5 minutes on their own body is crazy. But I think the reason why they do that is because the car to them, and let's just say it's like somebody who's like just cars is one of their hobbies, right? That's just something that just gets their mind out of a day-to-day life, right? And if they spend 5 minutes on their body, that's just time they don't really feel like spending. They much rather sleep or, you know, be working on their hobbies or like that, because if they're not doing their hobbies or sleeping, they're working. So life kind of gets in the way. You gotta push yourself for life not to get in your way to help yourself out.
It's true, and it might also be an immediate result type of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like when you're working on, let's say, the engine or the car, it's like you can do this, X, Y, and Z,
for sure.
You can see what your work has produced.
For
whereas
sure.
like stretching or things like that, it will immediately register as, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, I kind of like the pain of stretching.
Well, that's the thing, and you break it down. There's this philosophical idea that in order to be aligned, you have 1 foot in order and 1 foot in chaos.
Okay. Yeah.
And stretching is a physical representation of that, because you get to push the line of this kind of feels good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is painful. So it's up to you to have to discover that.
Yeah. No, and immediate results for anybody who wants to stretch out there. You just heard me. I can touch my toes now. That's the fruits of my labor. So
yeah, if I could have what I wanted, this podcast would just be me talking about stretching. And
like it.
And getting all of my friends to stretch.
I like it.
In one room together, and we'd all be wearing nice clothes. I don't know why I said that part, but
okay. No, that was good. I'm actually let's actually get that going. Let's get all your friends who want to stretch in one room wearing nice clothes. That would make you happy. You're thinking about it right now, and I know it's making you happy. Oh, you're sniffing now.
I'm sniffing now.
Okay. See, it's good.
It's good. Well, no, what I was thinking, I just made that music video with the Poncho song and all the people eating fruit.
Yeah.
So maybe the next one is stretching.
Stretching?
Yeah.
You should. Well, let's do it. I'll be in it. I'll totally be in it. I'll stretch. We'll get some stretch.
I think here's honestly why I'm so passionate about it. And because you forget about it because your day-to-day is just day-to-day stuff.
Correct.
That sometimes you don't look at.
Correct.
I don't live in pain or discomfort anymore.
Oh, that's good.
And it's like the years of having to deal with chronic pain and being like uncomfortable or sore in my body, just making me go, and like that contributing to depression, that contributing to different psychological issues,
right?
And just like affecting friendships. It's like, oh, stretching is like what got me out of that.
Which is crazy.
Which is so crazy. So it's like that personal experience of like, guys, here, like take it.
Explain to me something. I think me and you talked about this. I forgot what got us on this conversation, but I know what's getting me back on it right now. You were talking about how gut health is like connected to the brain.
Yeah.
And how your gut health is like really affects what your moods are going to be like, and like how like like your depression, anxiety, and stuff like that. Could you explain that again? Because like I'm just now thinking about that, and it has to deal with stretching. So
I don't know enough about it with words,
right,
to
put it all together,
to explain it in a way that's going to be correct. I think I've gone a lot about the whole gut health of trying stuff out, like eating fermented fruits or eating stuff with super high probiotics or different fasting measures. The gut is the second brain, is what I've been told.
Right.
And from what I understand, it's like the brainstem and all the nerves run down, but there's also like everything starts in the gut. You eat. That's where all your nutrients and stuff are going to come from. So there's something called the microbiome, which is an ecosystem of bacteria that lives all over us in different ways, but in our stomach, it's like so incredibly important. And what we eat determines what bacteria gets fed and what doesn't get fed.
Oh, okay.
For instance, I'm pretty sure having sugar and flour helps feed what's called the candida bacteria in your stomach, which will just feeds off that and continues to send signals to your brain to tell you that you're hungry even when you're not.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, that's why people say like cut out sugar so that bacteria isn't fostered.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's like your mental health is so directly related to what you eat and how you consume stuff. And the reason it sucks is because that's painful for a lot of people to hear, because our food is so innately entangled with our feelings.
Right.
But if you can switch the frame from I like this because it tastes good to I like this because it's good for me, you can get the same amount of joy, just not through the taste buds or not through the receptors in the brain that respond to sugar. It's through like feeling good that you're alive and you're going to continue.
Do you think it's a placebo effect, or do you think...
No, I think
very real.
It's both placebo in the sense of like just psychological joy.
Right.
And then it's also physical where your body can heal in certain ways.
Okay. Okay.
Because your body's a machine that wants to run well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like it's like, hey, I perform when I feel great.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to do well. You know, it's the whole like
Mhm.
your body's a temple thing. It's like, in a way, yeah.
Yeah,
it's what
very
you
true.
have to get through the world, and this is where we live. You know.
Let me ask you another question. So, you know, a lot of people, when it comes to their eating habits,
Yeah.
change up like completely what they eat in general, like from being vegetarian to pescatarian to vegan and stuff that. As far as I know, you're not any of those.
I've done
right?
all of them.
Did you find enjoyment, or did you find yourself like mentally in a better spot doing any of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was there one specifically that stood out for you?
I really enjoyed the vegan diet when I was on it.
Really?
I was surprised at how much I really liked it.
Really?
Yeah. It was the most time consuming.
I could imagine that.
However, the energy that I felt from the vegan diet, you just felt kind of a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Lighter.
Yeah. Not as heavy.
Not as heavy.
In mind and body, or just body?
Just in body, but that's also because I was like doing it the right way and not doing all the processed stuff. Because you can go vegan while still eating like shit.
Yeah, like Morningstar or like.
Yeah, just constantly getting processed stuff, and that's the main thing is processed foods.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't know. The original question was, do you think the diets are helpful? Was that it?
No, the question was the because I was wondering, like, have you ever thought about? I didn't know that you actually previously did these before.
Yeah.
So my question to you was gonna be, have you ever thought about like changing like how you're like, because you're not any like vegetarian, pescatarian, anything like that. So would you think about doing one of those? But in that you already did it, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's honestly, I think how I might think about it is we were growing up in America, and especially if we're of a younger generation, we were exposed to a way of eating that wasn't really conducive to living life. And
right.
Like we were fed Fruity Pebbles and we were fed Happy Meals. And it was like our parents didn't know any better either.
Yeah.
So it was easy
right.
to access. So it's kind of on us to have to sort through and figure out what works best for our body.
For sure.
Like, you know, a doctor's not going to tell me what Steve needs best fully. Like,
correct.
I'll get some good ideas.
Yeah,
and some, like, you know,
but it's your body. You're going to feel it at the end of the day.
So it's like, yeah, I've done the vegan diet. I've done carnivore. I've done keto.
Okay.
And it's like, the way I look at it is, okay, I'm going to try this on for a month and see what I like and see what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
The benefit of trying diets is always you learn new recipes.
Right.
You might find out something about a certain food that you know for the rest of your life now.
Right.
Whether that be fermented cabbage or like fermented fruits. You know, they were saying like that's why most cultures have some type of fermented thing either before or during a meal because it helps.
Sauerkraut, things like that.
Breaks down your digestive system. So, yeah. I think for me, it's like I wanted to sort those out over time. It takes time and it takes attention, but eventually, like I'm 33 now, and I feel I've landed at a spot where it's like, okay, I have an idea of what I need for the rest of my life.
It's good.
And it's like, just frees up my mind.
Right.
Like I know what I need to have for breakfast in order to feel good too.
Right. Get
like,
your energy going for the day too.
And lately it's been like cutting out carbs. As long as it's just like meat and yogurt and fruit.
Right.
Like
carbs, no carbs, zero carbs.
Not zero. Like I'll have like I had pizza the other. Like I'll have carbs at the end of the night.
Yeah.
You know. But
interesting. I the only reason why I was asking is because I was vegetarian for like 18 years, like from when I was born to age 18.
Did you deal with any you just brought that up. Keep going. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think the reason why I brought it up is because it was just interesting for me because growing up vegetarian, and because my family was me, my mom, and my dad were.
Yeah.
All my friends weren't. Like nobody around me. I did not meet one. Up until like middle school, I didn't really meet like one other vegetarian outside of my family, and it would just always be interesting because I would go to parties and like my mom would have to pack my food and whatnot, and I remember like me not having any stomach problems like at all, like perfectly fine and whatnot. And then I got to the age of like maybe 14, and I'm like able to go out places, kind of simpler, like by myself a parental guardian, or like maybe I'm
Yeah.
going to the mall or something like that. And in the mall, we have this place called Seiroku, Japan. They have really good like.
Oh, I know the place.
Oh, it's you. So you once you walk in and you smell it, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's when I first tried. It's when I first tried chicken.
No
It
way.
was when I was 14 at Seiroku, Japan. I was like, I'm not going back. I'm not going
It's
back.
like you get it now.
Yeah, I was like, because I've smelt it my entire life. Smelling. It was so crazy to smell like pepperoni pizza and not ever like have tasted it before. Or smell steaks and
Yeah, dude, what a
burgers and stuff
nightmare.
like that, right? Not being, I was around it my entire life for 14 years and not being able to eat it like once.
It's so scary.
Up until I was 14, and my mom didn't know about it. And I was living, it was just me and my mom at the time when I was 14. And she didn't know about it. I was not planning on telling her about it at all the way up until the point where at some point, I think I was 17, I was just like, I'm just going to tell her. I'm just going to tell her. And I was like, hey, I haven't been vegetarian for like the past 3 years. Been eating all these types of meats. And it was crazy. When I was 14, from 14 on, I've had stomach problems. Up until the point where I was 18, I had to get I had to go to the doctor one day because I was having really bad stomach problems, and they told me I was producing gallstones. Gallstones are, I don't know if you know what they are, but it's like the same thing with like anything that like has stones in it. It's like there's an infection or something like that, and it's producing something inside of it. It means at any point in time, it could go. Like it could either rupture or we should take it out. And I was like, at the time, they were like, you should be fine though. And literally 2 months later, it ruptured. So I went to the doctor, had to get surgery and whatnot. And still then to this day, bro, still have stomach problems. And it's definitely myself. Like I could be better. Like I should probably be vegetarian.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I think I probably should be vegetarian. But man, that's hard to do. With all like I haven't had meat until I was 14, so I'm just catching up on all the things that I've been missing out.
Yeah, but if the meat you're getting is from a place like Saku, Japan,
Yeah,
that's also something to take into consideration.
yeah, it's
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, maybe it is the vegetarianism thing. Maybe go back to just eating veggies and see what it takes. But the good thing is about like the diet stuff is like you could just try it on for 2-3 weeks.
For sure.
I think it's hard for people to wrap their head around like changing a lifestyle just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're someone like me who's been doing it for years, you get used to just let me be uncomfortable for a week or two.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like,
I'm fine with that.
You forget how that can be so daunting.
Yeah, as a scary task. I think I want to try to do that.
Well, you know what a really big helpful thing about the whole diet thing is it can help reorient like your week.
You think so?
Or your month or your year.
Very true.
Meaning if you have this kind of, it's a pillar in a way. It's like,
right.
Okay, I need to make sure these 3 moments in my day are exactly like this.
Okay.
Therefore, unintentionally, your day kind of now revolves around this new change.
Right. That makes sense. And it's more of a staple throughout all your days. So you're kind of more of a center. You have 3 goals for each day, which automatically just kind of gets your days more organized already.
And maybe you need to go to, instead of going to Food Lion, maybe you go to Lovey's food market down near this and that, where they sell all like the farmers, like the natural products and stuff.
Yeah.
So that maybe you talk to somebody new, maybe, and then you go here, and then maybe because you're at the health food store, you also learn this information about like something that you deal with. The power of just making one new decision
right
in your day, as opposed to holding on to the comfortable one.
Yeah.
It can send out ripple effects continuously in ways that you won't expect.
I believe in that. I definitely firmly believe in that. I think that and I said this last week, seeking comfort is just like a natural human thing anyway. So the sooner you get to uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, I feel like that's when you're really starting to like grow and kind of push yourself. So yeah, I do believe in that.
Yeah, because that's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing that is difficult.
Everything that's good for you, won't always be uncomfortable, but growing usually tends for there to be just a little bit of discomfort.
When you get better at it, it's like I'm so surprised at the amount of people who aren't interested in being uncomfortable for just a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of
in order to just greatly improve their life.
Yeah, for sure.
You'd be like, oh man, it's fucking. I can't, I'm having too much sugar and stuff like that. I was like, hey, just try cutting it out. It's like,
man, I don't know, man. I like my do. I like my do.
I'm gonna do that. Which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking with somebody the other day who was dealing with some health stuff and, worried and stuff like that. And I said, well, have you ever considered like really changing your diet? And they're like, for what? And it's like, oh, because it would drastically improve your health in like ways that you don't even know. And it's like, they're not even at a place where it's like, okay, let me not even share that with them. I'm not going to, fine.
Because they'll probably get not mad, but just like
it just then makes them think they're doing something wrong, and then they feel bad, and it's like
frustrated and whatnot.
That's why some people don't want help.
It's because they don't want to feel like a victim.
Yeah, or some people just like don't want it. Well, they don't want to change. It's that old. It's only when the pain of the pain is bigger than the pain of change.
Right.
That's when you move. So it's like some people just really can't. Some people just really have a hard time making little changes in their life. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you're listening to this podcast and you're having a hard time making changes, or there's changes you want to make, reach out and let us know what they are, because I'll tell you, I can't ever. I'm always going to want to get better at little things in my life, So it helps inspire me, and
me too.
And I want to be inspired constantly by you guys, and I want to be inspired by Otiano, and I want to be inspired by this seltzer right here.
That shall not be named because we're not sponsored.
Not sponsored
yet.
Damn. Also, we're going to try this one out. Let's just thought of this.
Okay.
Here, we're just going to run this quick ad.
Hey everybody, please go to mandancing.com and you're going to find t-shirts and you're going to find pipes, Chillum pipes, handcrafted by my cousin Chris, owner of CK Pipes, very fine tobacco pipes, and we're selling now weed Chillum pipes to smoke and chill to on our website. Go to mandancing.com, click on the buy t-shirt button, and then you'll also see pipes.
Wow, what a great ad, man.
Yeah, it was good. And
you did a really good job on that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. So we're definitely looking at those ads. We just saw those ads together.
Good things are coming.
It's funny. Many things are funny.
Correct.
But thinking of the name of the podcast, sorry for my behavior, and then I'm noticing that we talk a lot about human behavior.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. Is that natural? I feel like it's a natural pulling for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever just really been fascinated by the way people walk?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Very. It's like, it's funny. The way I walk is just it's funny. I'm always interested in the way people walk because I know I walk strange. I've been told that I have a lag in my walk before, and I didn't know what that meant. But and then I started looking, at my legs, and I was like, and it was a good close friend of mine who said it. So I was like, well, there's got to be something there for them to be saying it. And then I started looking at just realizing how I'm walking, and I have a bounce to my walk, man.
Like you kind of come up on your...
Yeah, not on purpose though.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think about my walking, and then I kind of like skip a beat on the bump or on the bounce.
Yeah.
And then that's where the lag comes in. And then I'll watch other people walk, and it's so fluid. Like people walking is like a fluid action, and it's never been like, it's been fluid like subconsciously. I've been walking and not really paying attention, but I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say here, but it's just the fluid action of walking, like people's legs walking like that. It's just one motion nonstop, and they don't even think about it.
Yeah, I think about it constantly.
Yeah, same.
I just think people, the way people walk sometimes are interesting. I took a video of this guy the other day because he was walking funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Monty Python, this old comedic troupe out of England, who we'll get into Monty Python one day, you and I.
Okay. I'm about that.
They had this one sketch called The Ministry of Silly Walks, and it was just hilarious.
A bunch of walks.
Just a bunch of funny, silly walks.
Yeah.
And a whole ministry devoted to it. And I think that maybe set the tone for it. Or I've just like, it's just like, oh, the way people walk can be funny.
Yeah.
So.
Have you seen those clowns who, or those people, not clowns. I don't know if it's always specifically clowns, but like clown as in like not people, but like the job as being a clown.
Yeah.
They'll go out on the streets and they'll see people walk and they'll like mimic right behind them their like walk to a T.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
No, but I could do that.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to see because you really see like they do so good at it to where like you'll see their back kind of like slouched out and then like, you know, they're just walking measly along and then the clown behind them would be like measly along, like step for step right behind them. And it's actually interesting to see.
I fucking like that.
Isn't that good?
Clowns are good, man.
I like clowns.
I like the idea of someone going, I know what I'm going to do.
I'm going to be a clown.
I'm going to be a clown.
Yeah, right?
Like,
that's fucking killer.
it's great.
Have you know that guy? Do you know the one clown that's like used to be really big famous for like being terrible to people? He's on the internet. Yucky the Clown. He's usually in New York and he's like a short, fatter white guy. No, I'll show you later. But it's interesting how popular he got because the entire time he would be
mean.
Yeah, just mean. Just a terrible person. We rocking and rolling? Out of curiosity.
I had to check.
What time are we at?
52 minutes from when we started.
52?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if we started the podcast right away. There might have been 10 minutes of us just
chatting.
Mic down, chatting.
Yeah. You wanna how you wanna do it?
What are some things you want to get across with this podcast? Like, as we're doing these episodes, what do you think a long-term goal for you is? Because it'd be nice to see if we can work that out with words now to the audience, to an audience.
Okay. What I would like to see I'll say my individuals, and I'll say like, you know, me and you together.
Yeah, yeah.
Individually, I would like to see myself be able to do more activities like this is my end goal.
Yeah.
You know, that's my end goal, is to be able to like do this in any like form or sense in front of a camera, whether it's like in front of a stage or if it's, you know, just anything. That's more of a personal goal for me. As far as for me and you, what I want to get out of this is I want to get a good environment to where like we have a good following and I can talk to the following and then we can pick each other's brains. That's really what I want to get out of. Like I want a big enough following, not
just to create a large conversation.
Yeah, just to create a large conversation. Not really just because I want a bunch of people to like listen to me and talk, which is also awesome. But just I want to pick their brains and I want them to pick my brain.
We got a lot to find out.
Yeah. How about you?
That. I think I've always felt that at some point in my life I am gonna be a author of some book.
Ooh.
Or at least there's some larger life's work that I'm interested in. I think as we chat,
right,
like the natural conversations that come up between us,
right,
are just gonna help point me in the direction of where I need to like keep exploring.
You think so?
Yeah,
that's good.
So that's kind of what I want. Like I'm excited for what I know I will learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a learning experience. I mean, just every episode, we both learn more about each other.
Yeah, and just having to clarify my thoughts as I'm talking into the microphone is making it so that, like, during my day, I'm better
At talking.
able to talk to people.
That's what it's doing. Because I have to form thoughts and like actual full sentences.
Yes.
To put in front of a camera in an audience. And I have to think instead of just, like, because you can get easily trapped in like, I was talking about this last week about, being antisocial and wanting to like be closeted and whatnot. And there's a fine line between, stopping, like not talking and then like whatnot. The problem if I just go completely silent and I really don't talk to people, I'll forget how to talk. Like I will completely forget how to talk. And the minute I have a conversation with somebody, I'm going to fail hard. Okay. So that's why I don't want to go silent. Like it's really easy for me to forget how to talk.
Yeah.
So I have to always continuously practice that.
Yeah.
Even today, it was just, I'm so glad we do this once a week. So I don't forget how to do this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's easy to forget what it's like. 'Cause it's like being on stage too.
Yeah.
It's like you can play shows for years and years, but like if you don't play for months, you go back up, you're like,
oh fuck,
oh, this is it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for us, I don't know. I'm excited to what I'm looking forward to is probably just the environments we'll find ourselves in.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
How many people we're gonna meet, the things that we do with this, for sure. I think this goes without saying. You're definitely the forefront. You're like the conductor of the train. I'm watching you conduct and making sure and letting everybody know everything's gonna be dandy. I feel like how this is going, which is great because I need somebody like you.
Hell yeah.
For A, to watch to see how that's done, and then B, to also keep, because you motivate me. Like you without your motivation, I don't think we would be where we are, because you fueled my motivation. And I feel like this is like,
it's mutual.
Yeah, like we're feeding off each other's motivation.
Yeah.
So it's a steam engine that hasn't slowed down.
This might sound weird, but this is one of the indicators where I know like, oh, I'm doing something right, is because sometimes like I'd rather just stay home.
Yeah.
I'd rather not do it. Like there's parts of me that like I'm really excited as we're doing this.
Yeah, same.
But when it's
leading up to it,
it's like, it would just be easier to do nothing today.
Yeah, for sure.
And deciding to push past that,
for sure,
to end up in a place that I know is going to be good.
That's
like
a good
right
feeling.
now, it's like, oh, then this is worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I told you earlier today, or like yesterday. Well, I needed this. You know, mentally, I needed this to happen. Calm me down. Yeah, so I needed this. I needed this to happen because, for multiple reasons. Just this has been a week for me. So just be able to like clear my brain, have a conversation with somebody that I trust and is a good friend of mine. It's just amazing. But the leading up towards like today, I was just like I didn't know how I was gonna be able to do it, and then waking up this morning, about to go to work when I called you, and then realized like I didn't have work. Not a second. This is the first time. Not a second thought. I was like, I really could go home and go back to sleep. I was like, no, because I know I was like, you should do that because because what you want to do is go to sleep. But what you should do is be productive with like in that you have free time. This is more free time you have to like connect with Steve and whatnot. I was like, you should just do it, and I didn't even second guess it. And I was just like, and I called you, man. I'm really glad I did that because it's a good, productive, fun, and educational start to my day.
God, I gotta go in for another one because
that
made me feel really good.
Yeah,
thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wonder if they feel that way. They feel that way.
I think they feel that way.
I know Curtis. Curtis, I know you feel that way. Listen, we have the mutual love for you too, my friend.
We talk about it.
We talk about you a lot more than you know. We're live commenting on your live comments right now. Ooh. Yeah, I did it. You just put the smack down. I did. He says I saw his live comments while he's watching. I'm in the future right now watching him watch us live commenting on him right now.
And that's a courtesy.
Yeah, to Curtis.
That's for you.
That was good. That was good.
Yo, apparently that thing you talk about, like, oh, I heard the voice say, I'd rather do this. And then
Yeah.
you said, no, I'm going to do the thing that I
Yeah.
kind of don't want to do.
Mhm.
Apparently there's a name for a muscle in the brain that gets stronger when you make those decisions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Apparently it's called the mid-singular cortex.
The mid-singular cortex?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that thing is swole right now,
Yeah,
man. That
yeah,
thing is
it's
swole.
got a good pump on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There was this, David Goggins. I'm sure you've seen the name or seen the guy.
More than likely, yes.
Yeah, but I read his book. It was his first book when he first came out with. It's called Can't Hurt Me. And one of the practices in the book he had talked about, or maybe this is just something I gleaned from it, which was whenever there's that voice in the brain that says, I don't want to do that, you fucking do it right away.
For sure.
So it's like walking past the trash that's full, and
Yeah.
your brain goes, I don't want to. You say, okay, I hear you, and you just do it right away.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I remember I did that like intentionally for like a month, and like
Felt good?
it's crazy.
Felt good,
It's
didn't
crazy
it?
the amount of things that like you just will have easily
Avoid, yeah.
because you'd rather just
Not do it.
I want to feel better.
Yeah.
And that's like
Seeking comfort.
because I'm messy room guy.
Same.
I'm like I don't have any capability for setting my life in any neatness.
Yeah.
Because my brain is typically.
A mess. Yeah.
You guys have seen me.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you see me too, so.
What do you think it's like in here when it's not all put together?
You only could you imagine.
You don't want to know. Actually, listen to the old songs and you'll find out.
Oh, good. Good
Promo.
Yeah, promo. Yeah, good promo.
But yeah, that thing it's a real thing. Like, and whether it's like, let's say if you're working on a diet or working on a new lifestyle change, like having that as a practice, because you're gonna confront so many moments of your brain going, I'd rather do X.
Right.
It's like you can teach yourself to beat that thing into its submission.
I think I'm gonna beat that thing to a submission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
And the only other thing is like allowing for failure is so good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's one of those. It's like I think if you're on little different journeys trying to change your behavior in certain ways, like being kind to yourself throughout, not lying to yourself,
right?
But like if you had it's like fuck, I'll get it tomorrow,
right?
You know, it can't be a default, but
I'm gonna share this, and I think this is the last thing I'm gonna share, and then we'll do
for this app.
Yeah, for this app. I plan. I hope to fail, but I plan to succeed.
Oh,
And
I like that.
Yeah. See, because the way I feel like is, I hope to fail because failing is just another learning experience for me. But I plan to succeed because why would I plan to fail?
Mm-hmm.
I only plan to succeed in whatever I'm doing. So I always try to I'll always try to plan to succeed, but I love failing because it always gets me a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I'll say this because I thought of it while you were saying it was, I'm pretty sure success to me is a day filled with stuff that I like doing.
Yeah. That's good. That's heartwarming.
You know?
That's a good soup down the gullet.
We're talking gall, we're talking gullet.
Yeah. That's a good soup warming your stomach on a cold winter's day.
Yeah.
In like a log cabin. That's like a nice refreshing dip in the ocean on a hot summer day. Yeah.
That's that. And I just want to end with this.
Yeah.
Shouts out or not shouts out, hearts and thinking of everybody in Asheville right now.
Oh
North
yes.
Carolina.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you've seen videos.
Yeah, that's actually I have
but,
some friends up there. Yeah, I
really scary.
For sure. And hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, that's
I don't mean to open up a thing. I just want to say like big flood.
Yeah,
and,
sending positive
love.
thoughts your way for sure. I
Yeah.
have a couple friends down there, so definitely for
So
sure.
we'll think about them and great. Yeah, if you could just donate all of your money to the United States government, that'd be great. And have a great, wonderful
Have a great, wonderful rest of your.
Sorry for my behavior.